Tarkov is changing forever. That's too dramatic. Tarkov is getting its first ever season, and we're gonna talk about every single thing related to it. So this is the complete prep guide for Cord Breach Season 1 of Escape from Tarkov. So in this video, we are piecing together all of the information that Nikita and BSG dumped on us using Twitter. We're gonna start with the interesting Season 1 stuff, and then we're gonna move to the rest of the update because the update is 1.1 and it holds not only the season but also a vast number of significant changes across Tarkov, PvE, PvP included. After that, I'm gonna recommend some useful websites to use throughout your seasonal gameplay, and then we're gonna finish up with my perk selections and why, and some tips that might help you if you're a new player, returning player, or even a veteran. But before we get to the end of the video where the tips are, I'm gonna spoil one tip right now. You know what happens when Tarkov wipes? The world explodes! Psych, it does not. Actually, what happens is a third plane hits. Nah, I'm just kidding, guys. What actually happens is there's an influx of players playing the game. And since the Escape from Tarkov servers are known to be very good, not so unstable connections, ping spikes, and all of that you can expect to happen. What I recently found out, and I'm kind of late to this party, is that there's an app that can help you improve your connection and even unlock servers that you could have never connected to before. Because as you may or may not know, Tarkov has a limit to how much ping you can have before the server kicks you out. But let's not rush it. Let me introduce it first. And it's called Gear Up. It's this thing right here. And let me show you exactly what it does. So we open up our Tarkov, we open up our server list, we do like region, let's say, whatever, it doesn't matter. You see now I have Europe selected because I'm a Europe boy. Look at this, South America, 267. Ain't nobody connecting to that, but with the magic power of Gear Up, you just have to press boost and then it boosts that shit. Watch it. South America. Look, now it's 172. If I am not mistaken, and my maths are quick, that's about 100 ms ping reduction. And it does it across the board. We're gonna compare all of the servers before and after boosted. So this is before boosting. And these are the numbers after the boosting. Now, I don't know if you noticed or not, but I can play all of the Tarkov servers except New Zealand and Australia. So besides the obvious benefits of lowering your ping, stabilizing your connection, and freeing you from the Tarkov packet loss curse, it will also help you play with new people. Let's say you met somebody from Zimbabwe on Discord, but you live in America. Ain't no way you're connecting to Nigeria servers. With Gear Up, you can. Let's say you are done dying doing the same task on repeat. You just want to extract with your task item. So you want to connect to like a dead server. You see like Mexico has 5 minutes average matching time, but Mexico is very far away from you. But with Gear Up, you can just boost, lower the ping, and play on dead servers and do your quests chillfully. Do loot runs without any resistance whatsoever. Also, the fact that you can play new servers, experience how other people play across the world, maybe meet new people, it's pretty nice. So yeah guys, if you want to test it out yourself, there's a free trial involved. You have like 3 days I think of free trial. There's a link down below. You can also use code INFECTED for a discount. Me personally, I wasn't paid to do this promotion. I pay my own subscription like a big boy. It's up to you. I would not have recommended this if I thought this was shit. This is actually very good and helps me a lot. So give it a try, and without further ado, let's continue with the video. Okay, so starting with the whole concept of the season. The season is basically a wipe, but it's not a wipe for your permanent PvP character or your permanent PvE character. It's gonna be a new separate character which is gonna be there only for the duration of the season. And the teased profile selection is gonna look something like this. I don't know, it might change, where you choose which character you wanna play now. Also, although seasonal character is a PvP character, is gonna play on a separate server from the PvP permanent character. So they will never meet each other, basically splitting the player base one more time. And if you consider the whole premise of the season or any season in general in Escape from Tarkov, it makes sense because there are gonna be certain events events that are not gonna be existing in the PvP. It's a modified Tarkov. So if you look up there in the global modifiers, you can see that these are the modifier of the first season. There's no insurance, there's Black Division roaming the earth, there's no 500 raid necessary for Hideout, seasoned PMCs, meaning your character will have 25% more experience gained. Handyman, it means we all of us, all seasonal characters, we start with crafting at level 51, which is basically max crafting, and also the time to craft items is reduced by 50%. And also armor shortage, which means gonna be less armors sold by vendors during the entire season. So these are the global modifiers. Along with that, you should expect Tarkov to behave differently. As they said, there's Black Division roaming in specific areas. We can expect bosses to behave differently, maybe scavs to behave differently. We're gonna have a quest line, probably even multiple quest lines that are connected to the season. You will not be able to do any of that if you play on PvE or PvP. Also, your PMC that you built for the season is gonna have the option to choose positive perks and negative perks. You can see them right over here. So what you have to do is you need to make it zero sum, where every positive does minus and every negative does a plus. Eventually, you need to be 0 and above. We're gonna talk about what perks I suggest to take later on in the video. And the whole point of even playing the seasonal character, when you know it's gonna get deleted when the season is over, is 1. Actually having fun in video games. 2. Achievements, which are season specific, you can only earn them by playing season, and the seasonal rewards, which you get for getting to a certain level or completing a certain season related quest line. And these are the rewards. They showcase them. These is basically Black Division gear. This is the black rig they wear on Icebreaker, but it's recolored. As you can see, this is under the tab called Seasonal Rewards. If you go back here, you can see that some of these achievements, this one for example, they have the symbol of perks. So this is the allergic symbol. We do not know yet what do you get these for, but I just think that if the only way to get an achievement is to choose a perk that you have only one chance to choose, and you know only after you chose it if you did good or bad, it's kinda caca. Because let's say I wanna get all of them, I'm a completionist, whatever. You wanna get this achievement, and this achievement is basically, yeah, be allergic and die to something you're allergic to, whatever. But you didn't even choose allergic. How could you know? Well, that sucks. If you're a completionist and you don't want to reset your seasonal character after you started already, just wait a bit. Check what people do, check what the achievements are given for, and continue from there. Now returning to this picture, you can see that these are the seasonal rewards. The next thing on the list is a battle pass. It works like every fucking battle pass in every fucking PvP game. But it's free this time. And there was a whole controversy. They showed this and all the PvE players said, oh my god, you're neglecting us again, and oh my god, you make us play PvP to get rewards for our PvE character, how dare you? So then BSG came and said, guys, the battle pass, first of all, free, relax. Then they said, you can do the battle pass no matter on which game mode you play. All game modes, seasonal, PvP and PvE. So these seasonal rewards, you have to play season, but the battle pass, you can play any game mode you want. So the battle pass looks like this. You move to the battle pass. Like all battle passes, there's pages and there's the rewards for each page. And to claim rewards on this page, you must claim a certain amount of rewards from the previous page. All battle passes work the same, okay? However, this battle pass works by collecting an in-game item. Basically, what you have to do is go around Tarkov and find documentations during raids. They are a new type of loot and they function like task items, meaning they're probably client-sided, like the bronze pocket watch, whereas in you pick it, somebody else can pick it, everybody can pick it. It's there for everybody. Probably when you die with it, nobody can loot it off you. It's a task item. I just don't know if you have to extract with it or not, or just yoink it. It wasn't specified. It's Tarkov, so I'm assuming you have to extract with it. Also, as you can see, they said documentations come in several different types. We go back to this picture and you can see the documentation types are as follows. You see you have little pictures, and they also teased a bunch of them. For example, this one is probably this one, and this thingy is probably this thingy. They also said that each type of document is tied to a specific map, meaning one map spawns these, the other map spawns those. That's about it. You can't find all of them on a single map. It's nice because then you have to play all maps in order to get them. Another thing they mentioned is that you can exchange them. Now I don't know if it's 1-for-1 ratio, because then it beats the point of you have to play all the maps. Unless it's like Arena where you exchange 5 medals for 1 medal, and then it makes sense because you'll have to grind 1 map to get a lot of those and the ratio kind of fucks ya. But we cannot know until the update is out. If you have seen this video already, you probably see that this is just a video showing a lot of Battle Pass rewards. You wanna be a Ginger PMC? Go for it. You want these clothings? Go for it. By the way, he's holding documents. I don't know where they come from, but it says like labs, so maybe this is from the labs. Also this guy, you see he has a tattoo. This guy is also his own head and other shirt. The entirety of this video just showcases you content. I don't know if Season Pass will have guns or if guns are gonna come naturally with the new content that is added, because this is a QBZ or Z, depending where you come from. Also, this is a new scope. I'm assuming it's not gonna be a battle pass thingy. It's just gonna be added with the content. Let's wait and see. You see, you can also get Tar coins, which is nice because this is a currency you actually pay real money for, and you can get them for free. So this is nice. So they showcase in order to unlock this, you see you have to unlock 2 more rewards from the previous page, and you need to collect these many documents. So 2 of these, 5, 5, 5. 5, 5, 6. If you have eagle eyes, you've probably also saw that you have the option to buy documents. But they don't actually mean these documents, they mean these documents right here, which they showcased right over here. It's this folder right here, and this is called classified documents. You buy them with Tar coins. These classified documents you can exchange for any other type. I'm assuming that the ratio for this ones will be 1-for-1. Who knows? And the regular exchange is gonna be a higher ratio. I don't know. But still, if you wanna buy your way through the process, you can. But you don't really have to play Season for the Battle Pass. I remind you, you can do it on PvE. You can find these documents on PvP and just do it over there. Also, this knife is dope as shit. Now for the next season information, if it's not everybody's favorite topic, Arena synchronization. And here you thought they're gonna forget to make us play Arena again. They actually made a whole post about it. Long story short, and also very confusing story. Arena is gonna be synchronized with the season. The progress is gonna be transferred. Progression, experience level, skills, weapon mastery is all going to your seasonal character the moment you create it. I don't know how it's gonna work if your guy over there in Arena is synchronized with your PvP character and he's like level 70 or whatever the fuck, and he has like weeklies of higher levels and then he gets that experience transferred to the season, or is it just gonna reset all of our Arena PMCs to be synchronized 1-to-1 with the season, which is probably not gonna be the case. Also, quests done over there also gonna give you reputation with ref on the season. Now if I remember correctly, when you do a PvE zone quest and you get all of them double, because you have the same quest, for example to Great Heights, you can get it PvE zone and PvP zone once you got to the same stage on both zones. But you get double the rep. It doesn't go these points there and these points here. It's all in one ref. The only difference that works is the in Tarkov quests. For example, kill stuff with Pakka armor. You do it on PvP, you do it on PvE. And then it changes the ref levels between PvE and PvP. The quests that you do on Arena, they give you the reputation everywhere. Even if it's PvE zone, you're gonna get this reputation on your PvP ref as well. I don't know why, at least it worked like that for me. I'm pretty sure that's the case. When Cord Breach is gonna come out, it's gonna be like Cord Breach as well. So you're gonna have PvE zone, PvP zone, and Cord Breach in brackets. That's my assumption. I'm assuming that this guy is gonna stay the same unless you prestige your PvP character. Fuck knows. The clarification was not clarifying at all. So of course everything you earn in Arena you get on your seasonal character as well. You can also send him GP coins, currency, Lega medals and supply crates, although it's in a lower rate than what you can send over to the standard PvP mode. There you have it, guys. Everybody's super happy about this, by the way. Everybody's so excited to play Arena. It's just the best game ever. And we play it because we want to. In any case, you cannot transfer stuff from the Season 2 Arena, only the other way around. So, I don't know, whoever wanted to do it. Anyways, doesn't really matter. But basically, yes, the synchronization is there. Some questions are open, as in how is it gonna work? What's gonna happen to the Arena guy in Arena? How is the reputation and ref is gonna be synced between 3 different characters? I don't know. Nobody knows until we all gonna find out. If you love Arena, if Arena is your favorite game, do not comment anything down below. Not a single word, just stay silent. That is if Arena is your favorite game ever. Okay, so this is about it for all the seasonal related stuff that we know so far. Last thing is, this guy, he is a streamer from China. They had the China Joy now. He claims that the season is gonna run from tomorrow until the earliness of Decemberness. Grain of salt, we don't know. Also, promotion code that can only be used at the beginning of the season. Remember that, it's right over here. This is the code, it's right over here. It was confirmed 2 seasons a year, but this is kind of shorter than half a year. But again, they probably will take their long vacation here, Christmas vacation, so they will spew out another season and tell us to fuck off for half a year. Also, yeah, it's the update is starting, so you'll have this video to watch. It's kind of meta. You're probably watching it right now, and then I'm telling you to watch it. Crazy stuff. Okay, so moving over to the rest of the shit that patch 1.1 has to offer. We talked about the seasons system and season 1 launch. There's technical changes, we don't know. There's reworked task system, we do know. As they stated in this post right here, too long didn't read, they were working all the quests in Tarkov to not be chained. The majority of quests in Tarkov right now are chained together in a nonsensical way. Some of them have sense, those quests that probably say part 1, part 2, part 3, and whatever the fuck. Now they're gonna make it so all the side tasks, not all of them, but the majority of side tasks are not gonna be chained anymore. So how will they be unlocked, you might ask? Now they're gonna be tied to the loyalty level you have with the trader. Let's say, for example, you reach Peacekeeper level 1. When you reach Peacekeeper level 1, you're gonna have all the available Peacekeeper level 1 tasks. When you reach Peacekeeper level 2, it's gonna give you even harder tasks. So on and so forth. When you reach your maximum trader level, which is 4, the hardest tasks are probably gonna be available then, unless it's a chained quest. And now the rewards of these side tasks is gonna be more cash focused. Right now, you get a bunch of fucking garbage that you really don't care about and you just delete or sell to the vendor. Instead, they will probably reward us with cash, which is basically what we do with the shit they give us anyways. Also, you know all those tasks that unlock useless fucking gear that you can purchase from the trader? Yeah. So that gear will already be available on specific loyalty levels, and by the time you finish that side task, you already do not need the gear that it allows you to buy from the trader. So most trader offers will become available immediately upon reaching a new loyalty level. That is very good. And they give you some examples, like the Tri-Zip backpack will instantly unlock on Ragment loyalty level 3, when it's usually only available after completing inventory check. How about that? And now we're gonna talk about the tasks that are going to remain chained together. Let's say, for example, chemical 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, it makes sense. Now these chains are gonna include especially rare trade offers and crafts as rewards instead of cash. They are worth doing. Also, when you accept the part 1, you will already know what you're gonna receive after completing the entire chain. For example, you try to accept chemical part 1, you can read that at the end of that chain, you will probably get a Gluck Gluck Sucky Sucky 3000 from Skier, which is pretty nice. This basically gives you a lot more freedom to play Tarkov however the fuck you want without going to shoreline, back, shoreline, back, shoreline, back, you know? That kind of shit. You already have all the quests, do whatever you want. And one more major change about the task system is the quest collector. The quest collector is the task that gives you the Kappa container. It used to be, for some reason still is, until tomorrow, the end game item of Tarkov. But once you get it, you already do not need it, because it's only locked behind a gazillion trillion times a million times infinite amount of side tasks. Now it is finally not. Also, there's not gonna be the Kappa achievement anymore, there's gonna be a different Kappa achievement. I don't know, bro. Kappa path is no longer achievable after this change. Sorry guys. In any ways, you will have to be loyalty level 4 with all traders. You're gonna have reputation 3 with fence, character level 40. Now, if you guys are sharp with your minds and eyes, you probably remember that Regman 4 requires level 42. We're gonna touch on that because no longer that is the case. They lowered the required level of your PMC for a loyalty level. We're gonna talk about it just in a jiffy. You have to complete these side tasks. These are the only tasks that you need to unlock the collector task. So Chemical Part 4, which is probably 4 quests, a Shooter Born in Heaven, which is, it's a good one to keep for that, the Tarkov Shooter Part 4, and probably the 3 before that, and Solid Good Part 4, and probably the 3 before that, making Kappa much more achievable and much more relevant to use before you prestige and all of that. This is a blessed amazing change. Yes, they made it easier. Yes, it's more accessible. Yes, it's better for the Tarkov community to keep players around and not murder them with chores. Now, more rebalancing of the traders. You know how you need Prepper Tier 3 to unlock a dog shit fucking bullet that you will never gonna use once you have Prepper 3? So now this bullet, which they teased as an example, is gonna be available on Prepper 1, which is a lot fucking better. They basically said that many entry-level ammo types will become available much earlier. As we said, for example, this T45 will be purchasable from Prepper right from the start of the game, as it should always have been. I don't know if that was grammatically correct, but it doesn't matter. Also, we already understood from the Kappa requirements that the character level requirements for earlier trader levels will be reduced, and the total trader volume requirement will be removed. What is the total trader volume requirement, you ask? It's money spent. This, you will not have to do this nonsense shit where you have to buy and sell from all traders for a specific amount. You'll just have to be a certain level and get reputation by probably doing tasks for them, which is a blessed change. Because nobody wants to sell anything to Skier because he always scams us. Moving over to the hideout, they say it's being streamlined, everything is becoming faster, which is better, and construction time for the initial modules is getting reduced. If I'm not mistaken, they already reduced the construction time for the initial modules. Initial modules in my head is level 1 everything's. I'm pretty sure we already reduced it. It would be nice to reduce the other ones, because why do I have to wait 24 hours for something to build that has no effect on anybody else, and I already have the materials? Bro, just make it shorter. Also, a blessed change that the modules will not be as dependent on each other. For example, you will not need Workbench 2 for Gun Rack 3 or whatever the fuck. Okay, less of those. And there also gonna be less necessity for found in raid items. Now, the season is not gonna have found in raid items required for anything in the hideout whatsoever. I'm assuming that the PvE and the PvP just gonna get that number lowered, but not completely gone. Now we're moving over to insurance. Insurance in the season is not gonna be available. It's one of the modifiers. However, in the PvP and PvE zones, it's gonna be more convenient. They said that insured items are gonna be coming back more quickly right now. Right now we can only insure with Therapist and Prepper. The difference is Prepper, you have to wait, but you pay a bit less. Therapist comes faster, but you pay more. Now they're gonna add the option to insure with Jaeger. Jaeger is gonna be even more expensive than Therapist, but you're going to get your gear back in just a couple of hours, which is fucking dope. That means that not only all insurance times go down, they also add a trader that is even lower than that. I mean, Jaeger. Okie dokie, now let's come back to this and review what we talked about season. Got it. Technical changes, we don't know, wait for the patch notes. Reworked task system, we talked about. Nice quality of life. If you're in a group and you have the same task, you share kill objectives for that task. It means that if you go in 4 guys and you all have shooter born in heaven on interchange with 0 kills, each one of you gets a kill, you all have 4 out of 5 kills. Crazy nice. Carry services, here they come. Also, rebalanced insurance system, we talked about. Rebalanced hideout progression, talked about. Improved beginner assistance packs. I don't know what that is. Streets of Tarkov optimization, always blessed. We're gonna see in the patch notes. AI behavior and improvements and fixes, it's about damn time. Again, patch notes, expanded interactive mechanics on locations. Interactive mechanics on locations, in my head, is like the code locks on Icebreaker, okay? These are interactive mechanics on locations. I don't know what they're gonna add, but it's nice to know. New weapons and gear. The gear we saw, seasonal shit, a lot of it, probably even stuff that isn't there. A plethora of guns have been showcased and leaked by Nikita. I'm not gonna go through all of them. You'll have something to do tomorrow while you wait for Tarkov to update. New PMC customization options, we talked about it. Here we go, observer camera. This is a cool feature. We're gonna showcase it right here, right now. Imagine this is you and your homie. Of course, you gotta get head-eyes instantly because that's how Tarkov goes. Your homie is still alive, so you load up his camera. You look from the eyes of the homie, and you just backseat game the fucking shit out of him. It's a nice feature. You'll be less bored like that. I'm all for it. Some people might say, this is Tarkov, Tarkov is tactical. Okay, so what, bro? Well, how does this affect tactical? Doesn't. And the last thing on the list is additional anti-cheat measures. We haven't seen a ban wave in quite some time. I mean, not the document that shows us. Also, I reported a lot of suspicious people. I got 0 mail back that my report helped catch somebody. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. And now it's finally time for me suggesting you a great website. I know I said websites, I lied. I meant only one, because this is all you need. That one website, which is perfect. You don't need this, that. You don't need that. You need one. And this is the one. It is called DB for Tarkov, and it has it all. I'm gonna link it down below in the description of this video. We're gonna start in the beginning. It has a flea market tracker. Amazing. And also you can choose game mode, so season, PvP, and PvE. And you see everything is changing because PvE prices are insane. There's a lot of options, a lot to play with. We're moving over to the season. The season is basically giving you the option to calculate your perk points. We're gonna return to this when I'm gonna show you what I am going to choose. This is the quest tracker tab. Not only does it track your quests, it also shows you how to do them. So for example, shooting cans. You press it, it even shows you the reward and where to go on ground zero to find those machine guns, and even links you the wiki if you want. What else do you need? Nothing. The customization options are endless. You can choose your game version so you'll know what quests you have. You can choose your faction. You can even sort by map, you can sort by type. The possibilities are endless. This is the perfect sandbox to create and monitor Tarkov how you want to. That's it. This is a tab for all the shit that you need to keep for quests. Now keep in mind that this is probably gonna change because, as we talked about, all the quest requirements and rewards and all that are probably gonna be changed. Don't worry about it, they're gonna update it faster than anyone, probably even faster than the wiki, so just give it some time. This is a great little thing. But before I show you the gun builder, we were already talking about quests. They have a new thing called gunsmith. You see, it says new. You press on the gunsmith and it gives you all the gunsmith quests in the game. They might also change, but this will also get updated. The thing is, you press part 1, it's checking, and then it shows you the options. It shows you the gun, the cheapest option, and it shows you just a different option that will also be applicable for this quest. Gunsmith part 2, same thing. It's thinking, and then it even tells you fold the stock of this AK, and this is everything you need on it. Let's say Gunsmith part 14, boom, all the parts, where to buy them, where Prepper lives. It tells you every single thing. This is just amazing. What you can also do is just click on this here and it's gonna just open the tab of the gun builder. It shows you the crafts you can do in your hideout and their profit. Updated real life with the flea market. You can use the average of the 24 last hours, you can use the average of 7 days, or the recent prices. It monitors the changes, what gets added, what gets removed, what gets tweaked, and all of that. It shows you barters. It shows you if you can make money off barters by the same way it shows if you can make money from crafts. It also has the map. And not only does it have the map, it shows you the boss spawns right over here on each map. So you see now there's an event, they're all 100% and it's very nice. What also is nice are all the filter, but what I like the most is the option to just draw on the map and then you can Ctrl Z to delete that last action. So what this basically allows you is you can plan with your friend, with yourself, with whatever. Okay dudes, we're gonna go over here and then we're gonna go over here and then you switch color and there's a quest item over here and then we're all gonna run over here and extract. Just for example, this is so nice. This is a tool that lets you do whatever you want. The world is your oyster on this website. Ammo chart, very useful as always. Preset, it's the preset page for your presets. I personally don't use presets, so I don't know. This is the gun builder tab. So for example, let's choose the MK47 mutant. Here are the parts. You see, here are their prices. Oh my god, let me move myself. I'm over here now. You can do it yourself by pressing individual parts and then replacing them and so on and so forth and create your build. But you can click forge over here if it's not toggled and you can make it generate gun builds. Insane. You want to suppressed? Okay, it's suppressed. You want to use all barrels or you want to specify a specific barrel? All barrels, let's go. What kind of mags you planning to use? 30 rounders, whatever. What kind of scope do you like? Do you have any preferences that you want or just only close scopes and whatever goes? If you want something to preference, you can just go like, okay, I want to use this, whatever. If not, keep it clear. Mid are all these ones and range are for the big boys. Let's go with close and you do like, I want to use the boss. That's how I roll. Tactical device, on, off. If on, then which one? Let's go off, it doesn't matter. Anything you don't want on the gun, anything you force on the gun, let's leave them empty. Generate builds. And then you see all these dots? They're the builds. So this is recoil and this is ergonomics. Obviously, where the recoil is lowest, the ergonomics are gonna be the lowest as well. So you just press it and it gives you the build. You want a very ergonomical gun? Press here. It gives you the build. This is the lowest recoil possible. You see? And then you can just choose each and every one of them. And it's even showing you where to buy, how to buy, how long your dick is gonna look when you're gonna run this build. It tells you everything. And you can even save it, you know? Share it with your friends. Send the link, download, fucking screenshot. It does it all. Also, something very cool on the gun list. You can go to a table like this, and you see it shows you some other stats of the guns. It has minimum recoil for each of the guns. You know, how low can you get it? So if you're a minimum recoil kind of guy or gal, you can just hover over the gun you want, let's say MK16. Okay, the minimum is 43. You can just fucking click that. Boom, it gives you the build. Easy money. Guys, db4tarkov.com got your back on anything Tarkov related. Alright guys, the last thing for this video is getting lengthy. You'll have like 6 hours to watch it tomorrow, don't worry. Anyway, perk system, this is what I am going to choose. So you obviously start with the things that you want. Kappa, easy to get. We do not need it. Average, I'll come back to it. Me personally, won't take it. I play this game for a living. I do not want this. So talk about it later. I'm gonna just start with what I want. I want power of sprint. I want power of youth. I want to be a marathon runner and Hercules himself. I think that these four is probably the only ones that are gonna get picked by at least 60% of the player base. These ones. Those ones up there. Again, the numbers could change tomorrow. We don't know. These are the numbers they posted it with, and they said there might be balancing changes. We don't know. We don't know. Currently, this is what I'm taking, and you might be surprised, but I'm also taking Bushborn, which is walking in vegetation, generates 50% less noise, and doesn't slow you down as much. 50% less slowdown. You know, the moment you touch the slightest of bushes, it sounds like a nuclear bomb detonating, and like you're balls deep in quicksand. This solves that. Very, very good. It's very expensive though. From all of these awesome, crazy things, starting with strength and endurance on level 15 is only -3, but touching a bush and making 50% less noise is -5. That's kind of crazy. But this is what I would take. Now, if I was, you know, spending 16 hours a day on the steel factory and I have 3 wives I've divorced from and 10 kids, I'll probably just go and do this. I'll take average. It starts you on 25 on all the skills, but you cannot go higher than that. And to be honest, 25 is a lot. It's halfway to maximum. But it saddens me that I can't go any further. I mean, excluding crafting, because everybody is crafting level 51. If we compare it, for example, this is my perma PMC right now. Okay, like stuff like stress resistance is on 19 for me right now, but you know, a lot of stuff are maxed. But the things that you really want above level 25, the things which are really important to be above level 25s, are also the best skills in the game, in my opinion, is endurance, strength, and metabolism. These are the things that you really want above level 25. The rest, you know, it's kind of fine. I mean, why do you need DMRs 25? A lot of them are useless. Intellect 25. It doesn't give you shit, you know? It does not give you shit, and then it makes you stuck in space and time. So, grain of salt. I don't know. Grain of salt. If you want, you want. If you plan to just breeze through the battle pass or through the seasonal rewards and to continue the battle pass on PvP or PvE, then you can take average. Just don't worry about skills, just fucking blaze through it and return to your main character and say fuck season, I don't really care. Unless they add suddenly new events that unlock new stuff and then you come back and you're average and everybody's a Giga Chad, it's kind of an issue. It's running for long enough time for you to not be average. That's what I'm saying. Even if you work 16 hours in the steel factory, do your own thinking. So returning to my choices. These are my choices, -16, that we'll have to balance out using this. I don't care about the rest, they're kind of bad. I said it, Safecracker is very expensive. It's very cool, but very expensive. Very expensive. Sturdy Bones and the bleeding thing and the hydration consumption shit. Guys, it's all secured by skills. Look, 36 health, reduced fracture chance 43%. Also energy consumption and dehydration. It's buffs that you get anyway by just playing the game. Same goes to for bleeding, you see. it's all in the game already. So none of these matter. Juice time is for the meme. 60 seconds of painkillers won't make me collect juice during raid. Sailor's Nostalgia is kind of a crazy one. It gives you health regeneration, which is even higher than a Propital, for 10 seconds. It's 2 HP per second for each limb, basically, for 10 seconds. You know, it's very situational. I won't. If only Street Tax said how much money the scavs pay, maybe. All provisions consume 50% less resource. Barely any consumables have resource. The waters, the kvass, the oatmeals, you know, the rest you just fucking eat. And that's that. On this side, the only thing I can tell you with confidence, with the most confidence in the universe, do not take it. No take it. I mean, unless there's an achievement for it, and then fucking go for it, is the no flea market. Do not choose this unless you wanna suffer. On a seasonal wipe where you don't need found in raid or your hideout at all barter items are gonna be hella expensive, and you can make crazy cash dough money and not be a poor. Also, getting gear, getting armor that is gonna be fucking shortage and everything. Upgrading your hideout, selling stuff for money. Why would you take it? For fucking -6? No. Imagine if there's an achievement for that. I'm gonna just take it. Fuck that. So what I will take to negate these, and again, you don't have to take Bushborn, but I think like these are mandatory, guys. Stamina, sprint speed, stamina, energy consumption slower, especially at the beginning when you have to eat every 2 seconds, and start with strength and endurance on 15. It's insane. So what I take, I'm gonna start from the bottom. Third leg. Your movement is decreased by 1, but okay, so it stays on 4%. I can live with that. Buying items at Therapist is 5% cheaper. How is that a debuff? God knows. The hydration consumption is 50% faster. Easy pick. Energy consumption 50% faster. Easy pick. Okay, this is gonna be consumed 5% slower. I can live with that. I don't care. Bleed me. Break me. Again, these are negated by skills. I don't mind breaking my leg. I don't mind bleeding out of my rectum. It does not matter. You can solve this. The next up on the list of what I'm taking is Broken Secure Container. Now, Broken Secure Container is probably gonna just mean that you cannot put anything into the secure container. Like, okay, you found a Letty. It's not going there. You found a Bitcoin. Probably not gonna go there. The only thing that's gonna be there is your docs case, sec case, injector case. It's a good question if you can even put an injector case. They said certain containers. What about like an injector case? The whole point of an injector case is to hold injectors in raid. If you can put an injector case into your secure container but cannot put stims into it, it's kind of beating the purpose. I don't know, I like my stims. So I will need to know if I'm taking it, because if I cannot put an injector case in there, for me it's a no-no. If I can, I'm taking this. This is easy. I don't care about. I'll find a Letic somewhere else. There's nothing I want to keep in my ass, but the stuff that I come into raid with, that's it. I don't care. But again, you do you. Now we have -4. So I'm gonna take Dr. Jekyll and Allergic and pray to God that I'm not allergic to Trimadols and Propitals. Basically, you can be allergic to any provision, any food, any water. If we go to our handbook in the game, these are the provisions. There's 42 options to be allergic to. And in the medical, there's the 22 injectors. And I'm assuming that also these 3 pills. So from here, you're going to have 25 options. And for here, 42 options. And from all these injectors, I'm guessing only 3 are really, oh my God, if this is them, I'm gonna cry. So the chances of that actually happening is pretty low, but they're never 0. So if you get banned on the mule, I mean, maybe you can survive allergies. Maybe it's just your health tickling down. I don't know. Maybe you put a mule in and you just fucking bloat, and that's that. But these are my picks. These are my picks. This is how I roll. This is what I do. Okay? Dr. Jacko just means that if you had a heavy bleed or you did surgery and you have fresh wound, which is what becomes a light bleed after you do some running and then you have to bandage the light bleed, it's just not gonna go away after you bandage the light bleed and you're gonna keep light bleeding sometimes. It's just a light bleed, okay? You can live through it. Don't worry about it. So guys, this was the complete prep guide for the season. We talked about everything I know, everything we know, everything we can assume before the patch notes and even, you know, after the patch notes because it's gonna be there. Thank you very, very much for being here, guys. I stream Monday to Friday as well on Twitch and on YouTube. Subscribe, it's free. Like the video if it helped you pass the time until the servers are up, or prepare yourself physically, mentally for this journey, which is Tarkov Season 1. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Infected One, and have a great whatever time you're having. Peace.